This has been done far too many times before, and all in error. From astrologers to mystics, from scientists, even to the men of God, they have all been wrong when it comes to the end of the world. So, if you have not heard, the end is here. December 21st, 2012. But don't worry, they're all just a bunch of chicken littles. You know, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. So much of the media, even these shows like Doomsday Pickers, all ride this wave of insanity and foolishness. But let me say, nothing will happen. These Mayan prophecies about the end, it's all nonsense. NASA says so, as well as Dr. Mako Kaku, a well-known physicist. The Mayan people who are still there are trying to tell the Americans that it's nonsense. Even the shamans are telling us that these predictions are incorrect, and we won't even listen to them. Now let's look at those who have been wrong. 1,000 years after Jesus had died, his second coming was anticipated, and this started the era that continues today. In the 1300s, the Black Plague across Europe was interpreted by many as signs of the end time. Wrong again. In 1533, Mel Hoffman, an Anabaptist prophet, predicted Christ's second coming. He claimed that 144,000 would be saved and the rest would be consumed by fire. Cotton Mather did it 3 times: 1697, 1716, and 1736. There were predictions in 1847, 1862, and 1881. In 1962, a psychic, Janie Dixon, predicted a planetary alignment would destroy the world. And Herbert W. Armstrong, who is well known, in 1975, plus 4 more times, all wrong. One of my favorite pastors, Pastor Chuck Smith, the founder of Calvary Chapel, predicted that the world would end by 1981 at the latest. I still love him, but he made a boo-boo. John Gribben proclaimed the combined gravitational forces of the line of planets were supposed to bring the end of the world in 1982. We seem to hear this a lot. Planetary lineups will not cause anything to happen. And this has been proven over and over again. This is something that seems to be a foundation in people predicting the end would come. And it just doesn't work. After his 1980 prediction failed, Hal Lindsey aimed for the year 2000, and he was not alone. In the year 2000, Lester Summerall predicted the end in his book, I Predict 2000, his second prediction. Jehovah's Witness and Sir Isaac Newton, also in the year 2000. Ed Dobson, pastor, predicted the end. Some of these people mean well, but you just need to recognize when a well-meaning person is off, and you don't need to follow them when they're off. And it's just as simple as that. Also in 2000, the Nubian nation claimed that the planetary lineup would pull the planets toward the sun on this day. In 2001, Tanetta Muhammad, a columnist for the Nation of Islam, predicted the end in this year. Now get this, Nancy Leiter predicted that the planet Nibiru would collide with Earth in May 2003. Now listen. And that aliens in the Zeta Reticuli star system told her through messages via a brain implant. And that this planet would enter our solar system and cause a pole shift on the Earth that would destroy most of humanity. Wow.
There's something screwy around here.
In 2007, Pat Robertson, in his 1990 book, The New Millennium, Robertson suggested this date as a day of the Earth's destruction. Yes, Pat Robertson. And Harold Camping, after 6 dates failed, Camping revised his prediction and said that both the physical rapture and the end of the world would occur on October 21st, 2011. Wrong, all wrong, again and again, and they shall be wrong again. In all my years of ministering, I have seen people just lose it over stuff like this. And I really think it's a shame. I've been out witnessing, and I've talked to kids, and I'm talking 10, 9, and 8-year olds who are terrified because they done heard some nut talk about the end of the world. And it really scares the children. And it's nonsense. Even as a child, I was scared myself. So I understand how it feels. Just think about the Heaven Gates cult who got so caught up in the end times or the end of the world that they killed themselves. This gets serious. And we can joke about it. And even as I poke fun, and a lot of people poke fun, I feel for those who just don't know. The simple minded, just the trusting people who just don't know. And, this it's just a shame. But I have to say this, shame on the men of God, because they should know better. There is an end that Scripture speaks about, not from solar winds, not from a comet or meteor or planetary or cosmic alignment, not even from World War III or any war. No, the end does not come until God says it, and that no one knows. Yes, there will be wars. Devastation is proclaimed in the Scriptures. But through all this, man will survive. Scripture says About half of the 6 billion people will survive all the horrors of Revelation. This is bad, but not the end. The scripture says Christ will return after these things, and for 1,000 years reign with people. He will reign with people from earth. The scripture says much more, but for now, have peace. 2012 is not the end. No, not yet.